I decided to quit my job. And it sucks because right now I'm uninsured and so is my kids. Um, but I couldn't do it no more. First off, let me tell you about the job I had. The actual work, it was no big deal. But the problem for me was the commute. I couldn't do it no more. I did it for a year and a month. And I really hated going to work. I hated it so bad. Um, this was what my schedule was like. It was so inconsistent. So I would work 4 days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then I would have 2 days off. Then I would have to go back to work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. for 4 nights. And then this would go, that was my schedule, back and forth. And I live an hour from where I worked. So that's 14 hours a day for me, or 14 hours a night, whatever. Working during the day, I could do it. I can make it home no problem. I wouldn't. I didn't feel like I was gonna fall asleep. Now, when I worked all night, that was brutal. First off, it was hard enough for me to to sleep at all anyway. Yeah, as soon as I get home, I can go to sleep, but sleeping during the day is extremely hard with all the noises and the light, um, and it's very difficult anyway. But for me, the most difficult part, I could work all night as long as I'm moving around. I'm fine. Driving home, I was risking it. Honestly, I was risking my life and other people's lives. I felt like I've caught myself a few times falling asleep. And now when I say a few times, that's pretty much every single time I drove home. In the morning, I would stop at a rest stop, sleep for like 5 minutes, and then I would get back on the road. And then I felt good after I got that little nap in. Somebody from my work, I don't a while back, maybe 10 years, whatever. I'm not sure exactly. It's not whatever, but he passed away. The same doing that same type of traveling I was doing, and I think he went in. He was like almost home, and I think he hit something head on. I don't know, but yeah, that's a huge reason why I decided to quit my job. That's the number one reason. I couldn't do the commute no more. Like I said, if I didn't have to work a crazy schedule like that, you know, that's different. This job, the company overall is pretty solid. I think that they take care of people financially for the most part, but this plant where I worked, the management was highly corrupt and they didn't care about you. For instance, my schedule, yes, we would have like some extra time off, right? Because we would shut down, and it wasn't just like I was working that brutal schedule all year. Like we would shut down sometimes. It was like every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, or something like that. But um, you would have a couple extra days off. So, but these people, they wanted me to. They were forcing me to come in on my days off. On my days off, like this is probably the most miserable and depressed I've ever been. I've gained the most weight I've ever had. I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life right now. I had no ambition to do anything on my days off. My days off were for recovering. And these people had the audacity to make me come in on my days off. Um, and usually I didn't do it. I called in sick. But there's one time I didn't call in. I just did a no call, no show. They gave me 3 points for that. For me not coming in on my day off. Even though I'm already working overtime, they still want me to do that. And then it was right around Christmas, they decided to add overtime to my schedule. I thought, I was gonna have the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and all this. Nope, they decided since they're shorthanded, since they gave out everybody's vacation, they wanted me to come in and work on my days off. That pissed me off, so I decided I told my manager. And the week before, when I called off, they added me to work on that day too, that week too. So I was like, you know what? I'm not playing that. So I told as soon as I seen that schedule, I told my manager, I'm not coming in. And I guess he told them that. And then I called off on one of my shifts, and they gave me 2 points for that. And then I called off the next day, which was a day they wanted me to come in for overtime, and they gave me 3 points for that. 3 points. And that's when I knew I had to go. I couldn't do it no more. I decided to get past the holidays and get some extra vacation for my next year and blow it. And I decided I'm not playing around with that. I'm not going to be treated like crap. You're not going to act like you own me. And I left on good terms. I put in my 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice, whatever I did. And I left on good terms, because if I continued to work there right now, I knew I would get fired, because there's no way in hell I could continue that schedule. There's no way. They didn't care about my time off. What if I had a doctor's appointment? And also towards when I put in my few weeks notice, they also started to do they wouldn't give you a week's notice about having to come in on your day off, because they started trying to make me come in all the time on my days off towards the end of my stint there. I decided to call off sick on these days, so they had to pay me anyway for those days. I didn't want to come in at all. So they were giving me 24-hour notice, telling me I had to come in the next day for a 12-hour shift. That's where it was getting. It wasn't even before, where you would see on the schedule, they would put up some kind of a schedule where you'd see you have to come in the next week for overtime. It was, I get a text from one of my bosses saying I have to come in. And he's just doing what he was told. And it's just what about my life? What happens if I have a doctor's appointment? What happens, I one of these times they did, I took a week off of work, and because I wanted to think about it, losing this job, quitting this job. And I put a week's vacation in. Just recently, it was right before I quit. And they tried to make me come in on one of the days before my vacation. It's just what if I use this vacation to go out of town? Now I can't go out of town. What if I already bought my tickets to go out of town? Now I can't, because you people want to make me come in. That's the problem with these companies, is they think that they own us. And people are fucking tired of this shit. We're tired of this. You don't own us. You're not our slave master. We're tired of inflation. We're tired of working. You know what it's like? You know what it's like to work nowadays for the regular person? This is what it's like. It's like being on a fucking treadmill. There used to be a carrot. Now there's no fucking carrot. And in fact, the treadmill's going backwards now because of inflation. Oh, inflation's good. The White House tries to say that inflation's good, or reporters. How is inflation good for the regular person? Oh, the price of everything goes up, but my wages stay the fucking same. This place where I was working, They give a increase of wage, cost of living wage every year. This year they're not. Inflation is at a 40-year high right now. And these people, this is what I'm saying. They don't want to take care of the people who actually do the work. We got mid-management up in here acting like they own everything, acting like they're royalty and they're better than us, when their wages should be cut and given to the regular people. So this is what the CEOs do. The CEOs think of new creative ways to fuck over the little guy, to take away from them. That's what happens. And I'm supposed to defend these fucking rich people? I have no stake in this company. This company does good. The only stake that it does for me is job security. That's it. I'm not getting any of the profits. These companies are like getting record profits every fucking year at the expense of their lower workers because they want to take and take and take more from us. That's all they do. So what is the incentive for me to work? I don't mind working. I really don't. But when you take all the incentives, there's no American dream. What's the American dream? Who the fuck can afford a house? What regular person can afford a house? 20% down payment. I heard that there's a statistic that over 50% of Americans couldn't come up with $1,000. Are you fucking serious, dude? And you think that we're going to put 20% down for a fucking house? This system is completely shattered. And if you want to know, I hear the leftists, it's capitalism. Yeah, capitalism is a part of the problem. But the biggest part of the problem, and I don't hear anybody fucking talking about, is a fucking socialism that has crept up into this shit. That is what's going on. It's socialism that's caused this inflation. What the government does is they come up with these fucking bills and they put it on the taxpayer dollar. They put it on the taxpayer, not whatever am I talking about. They put it on the taxpayer, okay? They take those funds that they print out that makes our savings worth less, and they ship them to foreign countries, whether it's a war or foreign aid or any of that shit, and they don't take care of us. What are we paying taxes for? That's abolish the IRS. That's abolish the Federal Reserve. Why the hell does our damn country not have its own currency? Why do we have to go to a private bank that's called the Federal Reserve that's not even a part of the fucking government? It's owned by private individuals. And anytime we want to print out more currency or fucking money, it's on the taxpayer for interest. It's a fucking scam. All of this is a scam. And people are fucking fed up and tired. That's why people don't want to work. Now, there is people, yeah, they are fucking lazy and they don't want to work. Right. But these motherfuckers aren't doing shit. They take in all this fucking money and they sit on it. We'll invest in robots then, so we don't have to do this monotonous work. And then just have the robots do all the fucking monotonous work and come out with the universal base income then. We need something different. Because a fiat currency, and I can't say exactly what I fucking want to say because I'll get censored and banned. Go to my Getter, I talk about this shit. Fiat currency is on its way out. All these fiat currencies are gonna they're all going to collapse. America's fiat currency will be the last to collapse, but it will eventually fucking collapse. And that's what they've been using to keep us in slavery and in poverty. That's what they've been using. And they know it's coming to an end, and that's why they've used something else over the last couple of years. And you know what I'm talking about. So, that's my gripe. I'm not fucking lazy. I've worked my ass off the last 20 years. And I don't have barely anything to show for it. And I'm fucking minimalistic, man, compared to the regular person. Me, myself, I'm in a way better position than the average person. But the average person is completely fucked. Completely fucked. Nobody wants to work an 80-hour work week just to survive. We're tired of this shit, dude. This will probably be one of my last videos I put up on this channel because I have to get completely off of old dinosaur tech. I really like Getter. Getter, when I was on Twitter, I got banned. Getter, I can say a lot of things I can't say on things like on here. I don't have to tiptoe around shit. Is Getter perfect? Like Tim Pool says, no, it's not 100% free speech. No, it's not 100% free speech. You're right. But it's better than the fucking old tech. And I'm sure something else will come out, be better than Getter. But I have to get off all these old tech sites. I definitely have to get my Rumble going better. So if you want to follow me and you want to communicate with me, I will be getting on True Social. But you can find me on Getter and you can find me on Rumble. Just look up my name, Enslaved Ones. And you can find me there and communicate with me there. I follow everybody back on Getter. I'll probably do that on True Social when that comes out too. And I urge people to abandon these sites that censor people and ban people that goes against their narrative. I want open free speech. You know, if somebody's saying something that I don't like, maybe it's discriminatory against people, or it's misinformation, blatant misinformation. Guess what I can do? I can block them. Yeah, I can block them. Yeah, or I can turn the fucking channel. I don't need these old tech sites trying to be my fucking parent. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. I don't need you motherfuckers telling me what to think. I can think for myself.